Do you know what forced entrepreneurship is? I know it sounds kind of cool. It sounds like you're being thrown into a situation and then you make something out of this. You become the hero of your own story. You start something from nothing. You build something up with your own bare hands, with your own bare brain, if there's such a thing. You are the captain of your own little ship. And even though that sounds cool, a lot of people right now are being pushed into that situation, maybe because they got laid off, maybe because of a reorganization, they don't like their job anymore, or they've always been meaning to do something for themselves, and they find themselves in a situation where they sit there and go, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to be my own boss now then. And if you spend years working within an organization or within a company, stepping out and doing your own thing will feel like a completely different world, and it can be super overwhelming. And that's why I made this video, because I want to share with you the 8 essentials that you need to get up and running again, to get earning again. These are the things I wish somebody told me when I first got started, because it would have saved me a whole lot of time, money and energy I spent on chasing the wrong things. If you get these 8 things right, the rest will be a whole lot easier. First, think about a skill or a service or a product that you can sell. Something that you're good at, or pretty good at, that you can immediately convert to some money. And here are some simple ways to get started. List 3 things that you are already good at or others ask you for frequently. Think about, maybe you are good with your hands, you can do some repairs around the house. Maybe you are being asked to coach people around setting up a business. Maybe you can walk dogs, or you're particularly good at a certain web design that other people need and people are willing to pay for. Then check freelance websites like Fiverr, Upwork and Malt and see if there's any jobs there you can get started with right away. Or you can package an existing skill. Let's say that you do a 1-hour CV review or a simple logo design for local business within your town, within your city. Keep it simple, focus on one little thing at a time. The second, a one-liner that explains what you do. This is a short, clear sentence that explains who you help and how you help them. It's a bit like meeting people at a networking party. Too many people waffle on for 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes you still don't really know what they do. I was guilty of that, and I've simplified it a lot. The simple structure I use now is I help X do Y so that they can do Z. In my case, I help experienced solopreneurs, people who've been around for a while, create engaging video content so that they can engage an audience that other people can only dream of. So you can do this for yourself. One of my friends is a fitness instructor, and he was stuck in this massive pool of millions of fitness instructors on the internet. So rather than becoming a general fitness influencer, we thought, well, how can we kind of niche this down? How could we become a bit more specific? In his case, he runs Ironmans. He has a couple of years. He's one of the best in the world. So rather than saying I'm a fitness instructor, we use this little structure and we turn it into something like this. I help midlife crisis men prepare for the first Ironman so that they can actually enjoy the race. So play around with this structure. I hope this works for you. Understand that this is not the only one, but it's something that really works for me. I think once you get that clarity, a lot of other things will become a lot easier. Number 3, one customer that is willing to engage you. Somebody who will hire you, pay you, or exchange value with you, even if it's a tiny gig. One of the best ways to get started is just to get a bit of that money coming in, because I think that gives you peace of mind. I don't know about you, but whenever I didn't have enough money coming in, it hijacks my brain and I get too focused on short-term thinking rather than thinking of bigger things. So once you get at least one customer in, then you can replicate that later on. And here are a couple of simple ways to get started. Reach out to your network and let them know what it is that you do. Maybe they knew you as this before, maybe they don't know about your transition into solopreneurship, into working for yourself. Let people know that little line that we just did. I help X do Y so that they can do Z. Reach out to people, let them know that you're working on something new, and who knows what comes out of that. You can consider doing some free or discounted work at first in exchange for learning, for some testimonials, because you need that for other people to go, hey, I like what you're doing over there, and I want some of that same. And finally, join some communities and job boards where your potential customers already are. If you want to be a dog groomer, maybe joining local dog clubs is something to do. Maybe there's some communities online that you can join where your customers already are, and you can help them solve a pain point that they have. Number 4, a way for people to find you and hire you. Before they can hire you, they actually need to know where you are. They need to be able to find you. So this is having an online presence where people can engage with you, they can find you, and they can discover more about what it is that you have to offer. Here's a couple of simple ways to get started. Build a landing page. You do not need a full website. I repeat, you do not need a full website. And I'm speaking to myself because I spend way too much time creating this beautiful website that nobody looked at. A simple landing page that says, this is me, I help these people do that, with one call to action underneath. Maybe it is a drop me an email, maybe it's give me a call, maybe sign up here for my newsletter. Whatever it is, that should just be the main thing on your page. All the other stuff, your bios and all the other things that you offer, is all extra. Once people click on that website, are they clear about who you are, what you do and who you do it for. If you are a location-based business where say you only work in a certain area, make sure that you set up a Google business page and get some of the work you did before, even if it's some of the pro bono work you did before, get them to write you a review. Make them sure that they leave you a couple of 5-star reviews, because then other people can find you. And make sure it's easy for people to book you and book your time. I use Calendly. It's a very simple way. You give people a link and they can pick a time slot. They get face-to-face with you. You could set that up with PayPal so they pay you first for, let's say, a coaching session, or maybe you're reviewing their business plan or their website. But make sure that's really easy, and you can use tools like TidyCal or Calendly for just that. Or if you don't want to build a website, having a very simple I was going to say lead link. It's tree link, or like a simple bio page where it's just your little picture with the name and then a couple of links underneath, maybe to your website, maybe to booking a calendar invite with you, maybe seeing some of your testimonials. You can add links to that. At least have something like that which you can easily share through your socials, and it gets people to be able to find you. Number 5, a channel through which you can get paid. Or in other words, a simple, legit way to accept payments and get some of that moolah, get some of that dinero coming into your bank account. Let's say you're clear about what it is that you want to do. You found your first customer to work with. They found you through your website. They booked a time in your schedule, and they go, well, how do I pay you? Well, depending on what you charge, I doubt they can just show up with a suitcase of cash money, particularly when you're working online. So here's a couple of simple ways you can get started. Set up a Stripe or PayPal account. You can do this online. You can even have a customizable link. Let's say that you are John the Dog Walker. You can have your paypal.com/John the Dog Walker something. Have a nice bit of branding on there that by the time you walk their dogs, they can give you a little PayPal. Get some money down first. When invoicing is necessary, you can use software like Bonsai or Moxie to quickly and easily send invoices that by the time tax season comes around, you already have documentation that basically shows your money flowing from left to right, which will save you a lot of headache a lot of time later on. Or if you are offering digital products, let's say a downloadable or a template or maybe a mini course, consider using Lemon Squeezy or Gumroad to quickly put your digital products on there. And people all over the world can buy your products. And that money can quickly slip into your bank account while you are asleep. Number 6, a simple way to organize your time, or a simple system that tracks what needs doing and when. Use software like Notion, Trello, and Todoist to quickly set project maps. You can quickly visually bring to life kind of what you're working on now, what's already been paid, what's already been done, etc. By the way, if you've been looking at my hand the whole time, I train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm not particularly good at it, and I'm getting old, so ouch. And finally, set 3 priorities a day, not a million. It's very easy to get overwhelmed in the beginning, thinking you have to do everything. My experience is often less is more. I realized the times that I was just all over the place, trying to do a little bit of everything, I ended up doing a lot of nothing. So prioritizing your time and making sure that those times are kind of tracked, kind of in your calendar, really help you out. Number 7, a small support system, even if it is just one person. Look, we'll need somebody to check in with, somebody to share some of our losses and wins with, somebody to bounce off ideas with, or maybe to help us out along the way. Because it's tough doing this all by yourself. Even though you might be a solopreneur, that does not mean you have to work in complete isolation. I do this myself. I have a lovely friend called Mark. We met each other through YouTube. He's got a channel, I have a channel. And every 2 weeks, we spend an hour on a video call. We go for a walk. We call each other and we talk about dealing with clients. How do you grow your business? What's it like being alone? Maybe some technical things that we're working on, stuff we've seen, insights, ideas. And it's great to have somebody like that in your life. And you should find the same. So here's some ways to get started. Find an accountability partner. This does not have to be somebody who's in the same kind of expertise, kind of same field as you, just somebody who you can kind of bounce off some ideas with from time to time. And even if you can't find that, then find a little online community. There's lots of free and paid communities out there, or even mastermind groups where you can get some of the companionship along this journey of entrepreneurship and solopreneurship. I'm in a couple of communities myself. Some have to do with kind of creating video content. Some have to do with just building and running a business. I have different communities and I'm able to learn from them as I go and hopefully give some back as well. That's part of being part of a community. And then like with the calendar before, make sure you schedule that. So Mark and myself, every 2 weeks, it's in our calendar. It's been in there for the last couple of years. We've missed 1 or 2 because somebody fell ill or sometimes work gets in the way. But in general, we make sure it's in the calendar and we both show up all the time. That really creates a bit of structure in the life as well, and make sure that it actually gets done. And number 8, have a backup plan for quiet months. A little financial or tactical safety net for when things don't go as planned. Here are a couple simple ways to get started. Build a bit of a buffer fund. Put some money aside for when things don't go as well, when things are slow. When that time comes, at least you got a bit of money you can tap into. Keep light freelance work or like simple kind of part-time jobs open for when you need it. Even if it's just a couple of hours a week helping a neighbor out doing something, or maybe it's something online where you spend like 2-3 hours a week helping somebody with some copy, getting some of that recurring revenue, getting some of that recurring money coming in. And where possible, create some of that recurring revenue. Like we said with the Gumroad before, putting some digital products online, having something that's repeatable, something that people can buy for $1.99 or $10.99 or $109.99, whatever the price is, really help you, particularly when it gets a bit slower. Sky's the limit. So whether you're in between jobs, you're considering freelancing, or you're considering building something for yourself, these 8 essentials will give you a clear starting point of which you can build the rest. Of course, you don't need all 8 to get started. Just pick one and get something going. An object in motion stays in motion, and it's the same here. I think a lot of these things can be done within a day or two. If you sit down, you focus a little bit, you get some of this stuff down. Remember, we don't need perfect, we just need to get something up. Make it exist first. You can always make it good later. And if you are already running your own thing, but you're considering creating some content for that business idea, whatever it is that you do, click on this video over here where we'll talk about some of the basics on creating content for your brand, because it's gotten a lot easier.